This is like Coachella for bands that hired their cousin as their tour manager. The listed performers include pop duo Milli Vanilli, one of whom is dead, pop duo CNC Music Factory, another of whom is dead, and the Commodores, minus the original singers from the Commodores, and minus the new singers from the Commodores, who backed out today, too. But don't worry, Bret Michaels, Flo Rida, Vanilla Ice, and the guy from the Cracker Barrel logo, Tootin' on the Jug, are in. So far. We'll check back on that tomorrow to see if they're still in.
Hi again, everybody. It's now 5 o'clock in New York. Now he's even lost former Celebrity Apprentice winner Bret Michaels. Jimmy Kimmel there on the embarrassment that is Donald Trump's upcoming 250th anniversary celebration on the Mall. And we're not just talking about the UFC cage match / Trump birthday party on the White House lawn. Every day, more and more of Trump's previously scheduled performers and guests for his concert are working overtime to get out of it and distance themselves from him. Washington Post reports this, quote, more than half the performers slated for the Great American State Fair concert series to be held this summer on the National Mall have pulled out, citing the event's political associations. The latest act to drop out is Bret Michaels, the vocalist for hair metal band Poison, citing threats and the event's divisive response. Other artists backing out include Martina McBride, who posted this on social media, quote, it greatly upsets me that any fan who has been moved by my music may now feel like I'm abandoning the meaning behind those songs. Some artists implied that they had been misled about the political nature of the event, including the artist Young MC, who posted this, quote, I have informed, in all caps, I have informed my agents that I will not be performing at the Freedom 250 event. The artists were never told about any political involvement with the event. And if you thought Donald Trump has reached maximum humiliation, there's more. It now appears he has to recruit people to attend that UFC cage fighting match thing on the lawn for the birthday party. I didn't know that grown men had, rides at their parties, but here we are. Washington Post reports this, quote, the Pentagon is moving to recruit hundreds of troops to appear as spectators next month at President Donald Trump's UFC cage fighting event on the White House lawn, and requiring those who attend to pay their own way and to meet height and weight requirements, according to people familiar with the matter and internal memos reviewed by the Washington Post. One memo circulated within the Air Force stipulates that to be eligible, personnel, quote, must meet current waist-height ratio and current physical fitness standards. Troops will be required to wear their short-sleeve dress uniforms, the memo adds. Once a beauty pageant owner, always a beauty pageant guy. Donald Trump being forced to recruit people to attend his party as his brand becomes way too toxic for even Poison star Bret Michaels to attend is where we begin the hour with some of our favorite experts and friends. Media Matters for America President Angelo Carusone is here. Also joining us, Puck Senior News political columnist and national affairs analyst John Heilman is here. And joining me at the table, Princeton University professor, political analyst Eddie Glaude is here. He is the author of a beautiful, beautiful new book, America USA, How Race Shadows the Nation's Anniversaries. It's out now. We'll ask him about it in a couple minutes. I was embarrassed reading this in front of this intro about all this cultural stuff in front of Eddie, but not you, Heilman, so I'll let you go first. This doesn't read as real. Like, I have had the most surreal experience this week, and I will admit to being sort of confounded by AI. Like, I watched the bears go inside and like lay on the Labrador's bed, and I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And my son's like, that's not real. So I will admit to not being like a savant when it comes to AI, but I didn't think the cabinet meeting was real. I did not think this Washington Post reporting about the, what is it for men, the waist to bicep ratio or whatever it is, and the short sleeve shirts. I mean, this cannot be happening, that there's no one around Trump that can say, don't put this out there. Your own people are laughing their asses off at you.
I mean, look, it's funny, Nicole, you're more focused on some of the sartorial elements of this. I'm sort of focused on the I'm seeing these stories with these headlines like they're losing people from the lineup, right? And I hadn't really been paying that much attention to this, to be honest with you, because, we know what passes for, musical stars in the world of Donald Trump. You get to go to the convention and like Kid Rock is like the big thing. And, and like, you're like Kid Rock, it looks great in comparison to the people who were on this bill before they all dropped out. It's like you're holding an event where Milli Vanilli, which is one of the most embarrassing, fraudulent acts in the history of pop music, where Milli Vanilli is too good for you, right?
Is Milli Vanilli the lip sync scandal? Yeah.
Yes. That's the lip sync scandal. But all of these people are people who are all from they're all one-hit wonders from kind of the early 1990s. And I love 1990s music, but these people were embarrassing when they were one-hit wonders. Now they tried to reassemble them for some reason that I don't really understand. And now they're all backing out. And you haven't even gotten to the guy who is the leader of CNC Music Factory. Their one hit was Gonna Make You Sweat. That guy has now dropped out, and he's got a video of himself on Instagram sitting on the toilet where he's describing, if you don't like the fact that I've dropped out, I'm going to get a Venezuelan girlfriend and some Venezuelan wine, and I'm going to get an Iranian this and a this and a that. And I'm sitting here on the toilet while I'm recording. I'm like, you want to think about something that looks like it's AI? Go take a look at the guy who's the leader of CNC Music Factory sitting in his John. That was a guy who was going to be a headliner. He was the star of the show until he decided, I'm sorry, I can't be part of this. This is too low even for me. So I don't know what to make of any of it except for the fact that the embarrassment of popular cultural kind of just scraping the bottom of the barrel that Trump has always done. It's like the bottom of the barrel now is scraping back. They're like, I'm sorry, we are the bottom of the barrel, but you're below us in this barrel. And so we are now going to take the high road and decline to take part in your event. I think there's no grander a symbol of how much Donald Trump and MAGA have lost popular culture than that. When Milli Vanilli says to you, I'm sorry, dude, we'll pass on the audience because, our standards are too high. That's how you know you are screwed in terms of pop culture in America.